Hi, in this video I will show you how Tooth and Nail gets the cards it needs. So let's start with regular card drawing. All Tooth and Nail deck lists run Harmonize to draw 3 cards and Eternal Witness to get it back and draw even more until they get Tooth and Nail. If you were to splash blue, you could play Forsy instead and dig 3 cards deeper than with Harmonize. I think that regular card drawing effects are terrible in Tooth and Nail because you are spending an entire turn on drawing cards instead of on ramping or impacting the board. Hydroid Krasis may seem strong because it's a creature, it scales with mana and has on-cast trigger. Unfortunately, it's awful in practice because it draws only half X cards rounded down. Next effect is impulsing drawing, exiling cards from the top of your library and being able to cast them for a limited time. Both Escape to the Wilds and Commune with Lava let you play cards until end of your next turn. So the turn you cast it and the next turn. Escape basically draws you 5 cards for 5 mana, while Commune with Lava can sometimes draw even more. They are better than regular card draw spells, but still force you to spend a turn doing nothing. Looking at the top cards of your library is another way to get the cards you want. Sometimes it's even more efficient than impulsive drawing. Drawn from Dreams lets you choose 2 cards from the top 7, and Scala Wolf lets you choose one that's green from the top 5. Cards with this effect, like the other I mentioned, don't impact the board. Then there are searching effects. Primal Command is the most popular one in Tooth and Nail decks. It's a bad card, but it has somewhat viable modes. Most often you get a creature you need and then impact the board in some way. You can loop it few times with Eternal Witness, and 5 mana is a lot, and board impact this card has isn't usually big. I will talk more about this card in a video where I explain how to beat control decks. Next is Fierce Empath. That's a cheaper alternative, but also leaves a 1/1 body and searches for a creature with converted mana cost 6 or greater. There are also cards that I haven't tested, like Eladamri's Call and Summoner's Pact. I heard from people who played Call in Tooth and Nail that they were using it mainly to search for smaller creatures from sideboard after game 1 rather than searching for the creatures they needed that had higher converted mana costs. It also forces you to splash white. I don't know what to think about Pact, but I suppose it's not as good in Tooth and Nail as it is in Amulet, for example. It only finds green creatures and taxes you on your next turn. This should be obvious, but you can also get 2 creatures with Tooth and Nail without paying Entwine. Lastly, there are other effects like Kiora, Master of the Depths, that can either ramp you or dig for cards with her -2. She's great with Eternal Witness. If you mill Tooth and Nail into your graveyard, then you can get it back. Wishclaw Talisman is probably the cheapest tutor effect that can get you any card, not just a creature, but I haven't tested Black Splash yet. Tooth and Nail also plays Primeval Titan, and here are some utility lands that are worth mentioning. Most popular choices are Kessig Wolfran and Nykthos Shrine to Nyx. Kessig is fine because it sometimes helps you push last points of damage through, but Nykthos doesn't really work in Tooth and Nail because most of the cheap permanents have only 1 green mana symbol. Lands that tap for colorless are not optimal while playing Llanowar Tribe 2, and you just need 9 mana for Tooth and Nail instead of 20 or something for Genesis Wave. With Titan you can also get Blast Zone to destroy something, or Scavenger Grounds to exile graveyards. Don't play any lands to fetch with Titan, because you can get yourself a fetch land and cast Panglacial Wurm off of it. Finally, I will talk about the number of Tooth and Nail copies you should be playing in your deck. Some players are entirely focused on executing the combo and play 4, and some people play 3 because you need just one, and sometimes casting a big creature is enough to win. Personally, I'm leaning towards 3 copies main deck because I like having some kind of a creature toolbox and not relying entirely on casting Tooth and Nail. Okay, that would be it.